feed this through. I could take my fist and run it into the side of his neck this way. That allows me to feed my hand through. I've got all of it now. So I've got inside the collar and the bottom of the shirt in this hand. My overhook hand is gonna come in from behind the bottom of the shirt, underneath Joe's neck, and then I find my forearm on this side. Okay? This one is gonna be more choke than strangle. There'll be some strangle, but this one's gonna be your forearm on their windpipe mostly. Okay? One more time. Way. Feed this through. I grab whatever I can grab on this side. Look, I mean, realistically, I could get here and I could take my fist and run it into the side of his neck this way.
Poor Joe.
It's less of a choke. It's a bit of a strangle, and it's definitely painful. So if I'm struggling to get my hand through here and I punch into his neck, as he goes to get away from that allows me to feed my hand through. You cannot do any of these nicely. They don't work, like it doesn't work. Okay? So if I'm encouraging him to give me some space and I go to give him that punch choke with my knuckles, I have to drive my knuckles into the side of his neck to get a reaction, to get a response. As soon as that happens, he gives me enough space, I go flat hand to feed it through, and now I can go get my wrist. Okay? If I'm not able to get the hand in there, then we have to go to something else. But realistically, like we just did, he's fine. We just did this. I'm trying to feed this through. Maybe I'm not getting it in there or whatever. I try to punch choke. He's not responding. He's not reacting. Okay. I go back to this. Same. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 3. Woo! But I should put myself in a position where I can switch back to one of the other ones if I'm not finishing this. All right? So don't be in a hurry. Make sure you're getting good control, good posture control, good head and arm control. The overhook side, you can continue to use this. Go get as much material as you can, bring it up. I'm going 4 fingers inside here. This. If you need to wait here, pause here, that's fine. Okay, good posture control here, okay? And again, it's a fight. I mean, we could go back to striking from here if I needed to. Overhook arm. It's gonna feed through here. If I need space, that's where I'm taking my knuckles, driving them into the side of his neck. He picks his chin up. I continue to feed this through. I go find my forearm on the other side here. This. Okay? Stay here. If I'm not finishing this or I'm having a hard time feeding this through, it's not happening, go back to here. 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 It all works together. Okay? The grips might be a little bit different from the ones that we've looked at initially, just because I'm setting them up a little bit differently. But for the most part, if I've taken out space and slack, you'll be able to finish them. Okay? Whatever direction Joe is looking to go into to escape the choke is going to be my sweeping direction. So if he's trying to go that way, that's the way I'm going to sweep. So if you need to switch your hips, switch your hips. Okay? And again, you can always incorporate striking. We're talking about self-defense context. I can release all this, push this out, and go into punching. Release even more, kick to the face. All right? He starts hand fighting, release all together. Big boot to the face. All right? My goal is to get up, improve position, mitigate damage, improve position, get to my feet. In this case, I'm using the shirt for a submission, hopefully to facilitate a sweep so I can get up and out. If he goes to sleep, awesome, but I would rather him go to sleep when I'm on top. Okay? if that's not what happens, then that's not what happens. It's fine. But if I can finish with the sweep, now I have better control of the environment. Okay. All right. Let's stay with this one for another couple minutes. If you're not able to get your hand in, then try switching to the other one. Just see if you can make that transition happen. Okay. On 3. Woo! Here, more same side. Then I have immediate striking, punching options. Okay. But I'm gonna use the punching to set up the wrestling. So if he's grabbing this same side here, I'm punching, and then I'm gonna punch again over the top, boom, and use that to come get my underhook. Okay, now we might end up far side, T-clinch, whatever. Right now, get the underhook because we're gonna use that to set up our next thing, all right? So, and we'll talk about if he grabs the far side in a minute. So if he grabs same side here, instead of me immediately looking to deal with the grip, because if he's trying to punch me or stab me with that hand, I need to do something to deal with that. So I'm punching, I'm using this vertical kind of uppercut because it allows me to be longer with the shot. And then I'm gonna throw this overhand over the top. And for now, think head control, headbutt, underhook, far side wrist or bicep tie. Here. Okay? I was gonna have us put on mitts, but let's just skip it. Just don't punch your partner in the face. Okay? Make a same. He's gonna try to stab me or something with that hand. So if he would reach across, the uncontested space is over here. I have a hard time punching this side because he's controlling this shoulder. I might be able to punch here, but if it's Freddie, probably not gonna be able to land anything that matters. So in this case, I want to go to the uncontested space and think in terms of hitting that Russian arm, that Russian tie, kind of 2-on-1 position with the shut. Because all this is, I mean, he basically gave me his back, right? It's like when you people are doing arm drags, right, and you want them to post here, and you start doing this, and all of a sudden somebody will post on this side. Well, it would make no sense for me to go that way. So the uncontested space, if he reaches here this way, is going to be over there. Now again, he might be pushing and pulling and moving me around, and this elbow may bend, and that might affect things. But conceptually, I want to think about this way makes no sense, at least not initially. This way, I've got all this space that he can't control. Okay? Questions? So if they grab across, that's what we'll hit. Okay, so we're gonna stay with this same side. If they grab across, then that's fine. You know what to do from here. I hit my underhook, head control. We got the far side bicep tie. I'm gonna go from here. I want to get a snap down. Heavy on the overhook side. If I needed to throw knees to get posture break, then I could do that. The hand that's controlling the wrist, the bicep tie, I'm gonna reach over the top. Now, same thing we had before. Thumb inside. Bunch of the material. This elbow is gonna come over here. Okay. Same choke that we did on the ground. You need the underhook. If I don't have the underhook, he'll spin out, which is fine. I mean, he'll give me his back, right? That's his out. It's kind of like we talked about with the sweep, right? If I don't have this here and I do this, if I got like an overhook, for example, and I do this, Joe's gonna spin out. Now that gives me his back, which is fine. Then we move to the next thing, but I'd rather not have to chase if I don't have to chase. Okay, so he grabs my shirt, don't like that. Boom. Head and arm control. If I need to throw knees, whatever, I'm gonna get a snap down, cover his head. I'm hitting him with my shoulder between his shoulder blades, back of his brainstem. Boom, here. Thumb inside, I gather up as much material as I can get, just like we did from this standing position. Now I'm gonna take my body back over this way, so I have room to drop my elbow over the top. Here. If I want to finish, there's still all the same takedowns from here. Okay? Questions? Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, on 3. Woo!